Hello, hello, hello. This is just something that I am doing impromptu. This is Keto Granny. I am so glad that you could join me tonight. I am doing a live where I am getting subscribers, getting subscribers to my channel. If you have never been to my channel or if this is your first time here, I'd like to welcome you into my channel. My channel is about weight loss. I share my journey of where I started from, of over 350 pounds on a weight loss journey. When I started it, I didn't know it was going to be a journey. I actually thought it was going to be a short trip. But anywho, I decided one day that I wanted to lose weight, that I wanted to live longer, that I wanted to be around. I don't know if anybody else feels like that about dieting or anything like that. But I just felt like I wanted to be around longer, especially to see my kids grow up and to have families and to get married and to have grandkids. And for me to have grandkids and to be around them, this was my major desire. With me being so big, it was very hard for me to get around as far as walking, as far as breathing. Every day seemed like it was a a job in order to breathe and get around and just do as I needed to. So I can imagine as far as people who weigh 400, 500, or 600 pounds, that they really do have a hard time getting around. They have a hard time, with life. Everything is probably hard if you're a pretty good size. And I know when I was bigger, 350 plus, I did not believe that I would ever be able to lose weight because I had been on so many diets that I had tried and that I had failed at. I had I bought Dexatrim, super strength Dexatrim, when those type of things were out and people were using them. I never did go for the shots. That was one thing I did not do because I don't like needles. So I never went for the shots that help you to lose weight, like the HCG shots and different things like that. They still offer that type of thing, I know, as far as getting shots, to lose weight and different things like that. I picked up a book one day and I read in there where this young lady had lost weight, just by changing her diet, adding in some exercise, walking, and different things like that. I felt like I was too old to even attempt to do anything like that. I had been overweight all my life. For 20 plus years, I probably weighed 300 pounds or more. So, um, not that I was used to it, but I believe that it was a little bit easier for me to carry that much weight around. And a lot of times we get too comfortable. We get too comfortable in our skin. We just get too comfortable and, you know, stop taking care of ourselves, let ourselves go. When the older, I kind of feel like the older we get, the more that we should take care of ourselves. I know that sometimes I can just be sitting and relaxing or something like that. And I notice that my head shakes a little bit. So I'm not for sure. I mentioned it to my doctor. It doesn't seem to bother him in the least bit. Of course not. But I notice when I use my MCT oil and, MCT powders, that helps with that shakiness that I have, at my head. That was something that I did, many years ago, that me and my husband had noticed. So I thought about, Parkinson's disease and different things like that, Alzheimer's. But like I said, using the MCT oil, it seemed to help improve that. And I don't have that problem as much anymore. Now, I had stopped using MCT oil, for quite some while and just use it occasionally. And that's usually just about a teaspoon in a cup of coffee. And like I said, it helps. It helps a lot as far as boosting my brain power is what I'll say. It really helps with that. Um, I had problems with being overweight when I was younger. It wasn't something that happened to me as I got older. It was something that I grew up with, being overweight, being unhealthy, I guess you could say. I am doing good as far as doing the ketogenic diet. That is something that really works for me. It agrees with me. I like learning to make new foods that are keto friendly, or taking a recipe and making it keto friendly. Um, a lot of people, when they start keto, they think that it's so hard to do that. It's such a, that they have to give up. Now I would say you probably do have to give up a lot if you're used to eating a lot of sweets, pastas, rices, candy, those type of things. Yes, you are going to have to give up some things, but in order to you reach a goal, to better yourself, you have to give up things sometime. So you have to decide, and you have to have your mind made up that you want to get serious, that this is what you want to do, is to lose weight. Now, I said for this month, I didn't really have a challenge, but what I came up with is just walking the weight off for November. And I'm going to use my treadmill here at home. Mainly, some days I'm going to go into the gym and do the indoor track. But mainly for this month, I'm going to be doing walking and steps. Walking, like I said, is a great way to boost your results. And it's one of the easiest exercises that you can do. It doesn't require any special equipment, just a good pair of tennis shoes. That's about all you need, is a good pair of tennis shoes to get some walking in. Anybody can do walking, unless you are, disabled or something like that. Then probably it's best that you don't walk then. Especially, trying to go long distances and having problems with that. I used to leave walking and I would tell my husband, okay, I may have to call you. I am taking my cell phone, so that if I didn't walk very far or get very far, that I really would be able to call him. He'd come to pick me up. But I never had to do that. And all the times that I did, since I have started walking, I have never had to do that. I'm sitting here looking through this book, and it's talking about a 4-week walking plan. And it says that faster walkers, or people who walk fast, have triple the protection against having a heart attack. And they have better improvements in their HDL cholesterol, which is their good cholesterol. And that's just from walking. It says their bones may be stronger also, because as you increase your speed, impact It stimulates your bones to get stronger. So that's good to know. Walking, it says, remains. It's a low impact and a joint friendly workout. Walking is considered joint friendly, which as we get older or younger, or as we're trying to get healthier, especially for those of us who are heavier, who have been heavier, um, add in walking. Start off slowly. Just start off slowly walking and build your way up. Um, you don't have to rush into it. You really don't have to rush into it. Walking helps your cardiovascular system. It helps you burn more calories. It increases your fat burning. And interval walkers, those are people who walk a while and then they stop, walk a while and then they stop, or walk fast. Let me say it like that. They walk at a fast pace and then they go to a slower pace. It says that also increases, and it helps a person to have better blood sugar levels and increases their cardio fitness by 16%. While people who walk at a steady pace all the time show no improvement. So if you are walking, try to build up your pace as you are walking daily. Hello, hello. You're up early. Hi, how are you doing? Good to see you, Miss Charlene. Same to you. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Welcome and welcome in. You're up early too today. But me, myself, I'm getting ready to retire in just a little bit. I'm just practicing on doing lives and that type of thing, building up my, what is that? Minutes, my viewing minutes. Yes. And just getting used to doing this. Love and blessings. It's so good to see you here. Faster walkers have triple the protection against having a heart attack and greater improvements in HDL. About to go to bed after 2 a.m. Okay. Here's just 11, close to 11:30, and I'll probably go to bed about 11:45, somewhere like that. Not much longer. I'm not going to be up either tonight because I got an early day tomorrow. Walking for 15 minutes, day one. Start each walk by warming up at an easy. I love jogging. I need to get back to it. Yeah, jogging is fine. I can't do no jogging. No, I don't jog, but I will walk, and I will walk fast. But jogging is very good for people who can't jog. Now, I can do a little jog in here on my treadmill. And sometimes when I'm out walking, I will act up a little bit and jog a little bit, that type of thing, having fun with it and stuff like that. But I will walk very fast and slow down. So I do my intervals like that is what I do. Brisk walk. Walk as if you're in a bit of a hurry. Speaking in complete sentences should be hard to do if you're having a brisk walk. Says you can still do it, but you need to take more breaths. Never push yourself to the point that you cannot speak when you're walking. You don't want to push yourself to the point that you cannot speak when you are walking. Interval walking is when you alternate 1 minute bouts of fast walking with 2-minute intervals of brisk walking to recover. Repeat for the recommended amount of time. So interval walking is like I said, walk fast for a minute, and then you can slow down, or you can walk, do it 2 minutes. You can walk fast for 2 minutes and then walk slow for 1 minute. Fast for two, slow for one. Keep that up, and that's called interval walk, which is what I do basically. Moderate walking. I also do moderate walking and fast walking. Moderate walking, walk at a purposeful pace like you have somewhere to go, like you trying to get somewhere. When you are walking, yes, whatever works. When you are walking, walk at a purposeful pace. Always act like you trying to get somewhere in a certain amount of time. Your breathing may be more noticeable, but you should have no problem carrying on a conversation if you're walking at a moderate pace. And it's always good to have someone walking with you, so that you do have someone to talk to. I find my walks a lot more enjoyable when someone is walking with me. Fast walk. Walk as quickly as you can for 15 minutes. Don't push yourself too hard. You should be able to speak a few words as you walk. Note how far you got so you can try to beat your distance the next time. So always set a goal when you're walking too. Always try to go further than you did the last time. Always try to get there a little bit faster than you did the last time. All of these things are going to work for you. And that's just going to be little bitty lifestyle changes that you're actually going to be making, and you're probably not even going to notice it. Hey, whatever works. Yes, yes, yes. So when you first start out walking, the first week, start off with like 15-minute brisk walk. Start with a 15-minute brisk walk. The second day, do an interval walk, where you cut it down to maybe 9 or 10 minutes, an interval walk. And we're just going to alternate between the two. Day one, a 15-minute brisk walk. Day two, a 9 or 10 minute walk, which is an interval walk. Day three, you go back to your brisk walk. Day four, interval. Day five, you can do a moderate or an interval. But every day, just do some type of walking. And I believe it was last week on Good Morning America, they said that if you walk or exercise 3 to 4 days a week, that you can up your life expectancy by 21%. I think that's a good percentage for a person to be able to up their life expectancy just by adding in walking and exercise. A lot of times people won't do anything to help themselves to get better when it doesn't take a whole lot at all. It may take a few changes with the different foods that you eat. It may take you getting up, getting off your butt and getting up and going for a walk and doing some exercise. Um, you have to, and then, take care of yourself spiritually also. You have to take care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, cover all bases in order to feel your best. That's what you have to do. Cover all your bases in order to feel your best. So, like I said, I was just getting on here for just a little while to just talk a little bit about, weight loss, what I was doing and what helps me, what I do if I fall off. Nobody is perfect. I hear a lot of people that come on here that are, I guess, YouTube influencers, and a lot of them say how they don't fall off their keto diets, they don't eat, certain foods and everything. But I know that sometimes somebody's eating something they ain't got no business. You know, every day, if you're one of those people that you can stick to, thank you, stick to just, eating perfectly every day as you're supposed to, avoiding all the sugars, reading all the labels, then I commend you for that. Because I have never been one of those type of people and probably never ever will be. But a lot of people, they just really, really, they're not that perfect when they're on these different diets and everything. They fall off. And like me, I would think they just get back on and keep going. That's the best thing to do. A lot of people fall off and they say, okay, I done fell off. Then they just go ahead and continue eating for the rest of the day. Might as well. I might as well go ahead and finish this off and I'll wait and start tomorrow. Oh, hey, better yet, I'll wait and start next Friday. Okay. Or next Monday. Let's wait to the beginning of the week. And it keeps getting put off and gets put off further and further and further. And eventually you just really never start. This is the time of year that a lot of people will fall off of their weight loss journeys, or they will fall off. And a lot of them are going to decide that they're not going to start again until after the holiday. Bad decision. Bad decision. You don't want to wait that long before you start back, because from the time now until it's time for that holiday, you could easily pick up 20, 25, or 30 pounds. I used to think that that was something kind of impossible to do until that kind of happened to me during COVID. Um, like I said, I never did get down under 200. Now, so my goal still now is to get under 200 pounds. But I got down to like 217. I hovered around 217, 225. That was where I hovered at. So I'm only 15 pounds from there now. Hey, I'm only 15 pounds from getting back down to my smallest that I had been in a while. So I've been doing some work. I lost 20. I had gained like 40, 45. So I'm 15 pounds away from being back there. So I'm very, very proud of that. Been working hard at that. Um, I'm still finding it hard to get up and go to the gym. That's why I always tell everyone the hardest thing to do is to get up and to go to the gym. The hardest thing to do is to get dressed, knowing that you're getting ready to go outside, going to the gym. Now, it is for me because I know I'm going out in the cold. I do not like the cold at all. So, like I said, I'm going to, got my treadmill, my exercise bike is over there, weights and what is that? Your weightlifting bench and all of that stuff. That's in the front. I had to split that stuff up. Then I have weights, different things over here, kettlebells, steppers. So I'm just going to put it all back out and just have my gym at home where I don't have to go outside and be cold. And I can just stay in here and sweat anytime I want to. I would say that if you can set up a gym at home, that would be very good for you because you don't have to go out. You don't have to expose yourself to any of the elements anywhere. You don't have to expose yourself, because you may be sick. I don't always just look at it like everybody else is sick because sometimes I might be sick and be out there passing stuff around too. So everyone, remember, they're telling us all to cover, what's that, with the mask, to use the mask. I never stopped using my mask. Never stopped using it. People was looking at me too for a while. Just because someone told me or said that COVID was over, that doesn't mean that COVID is over. A lot of people actually just started taking off their masks. My sister told me, someone told her, said to her, she's a nurse, don't you know that COVID is over? She told him, no, COVID is not over. I take care of COVID patients every day in the hospital. So a lot of people just really, I don't know, they just not using common sense, I don't think. I have had my shots, my COVID shots, and I've been boosted. And I got it, but it really wasn't as bad. So I guess I took it like the shots did help. Because when I did have it, like I said, I did not have it really bad. I didn't have to go in the hospital or anything like that. So I was blessed, and I thank God for that. So sitting here, I think I've been on here long enough. Yeah. You're a nurse. Oh no, my sister, she's a nurse. She's been a nurse since right after high school. She became a nurse and she's been doing it ever since. No, I'm just grumpy sitting at home right now. I wish I could work. I really do. I miss working. I miss it a whole lot. I think I did everything but become a nurse and a doctor. I actually started off going to college to become a medical doctor, but couldn't afford the tuition and all those type of things back then that got in the way, when you were trying to go to school. 1973, back in the 70s. And it was me and my husband were talking about that. And I know a lot of times he gets upset and he'll say that when he graduated from college, he wanted to be a pilot, but there was nowhere, or it was no one directed him how to do that as counselors or anyone. What they told him was to work at a gas station, a filling station. They told him, no, you don't need to be a pilot. And it just happened that one of the guy owned a gas station. He told him, no, you don't need to be a pilot. You need to come and work for me. That was, he thinks about that a lot, how, it was a lot of hindrance back then for us when we tried to do anything, that was going to be beneficial, to us, to our neighborhoods and different things like that. So I have been over here for a while. Sister Charlene, I thank you so much for being here. And if you said you're up also, what time is it? I guess 11:42 p.m. Okay. So I'm going to get ready to go to bed, call it a night. I'm going to get up early in the morning and do a jewelry show. Got everything set up. I started to do it tonight, but then I want to do it for a couple of hours. So I said, no, I'll go to bed, get some sleep, and I'll get up tomorrow and do that. Do my jewelry show. I have been practicing with the StreamYard because at first I was using trying to do that background thing behind you. I forget what they call it. What they call it on here. But anyway, the background thing in the back. And that did not work for me at all. And I had a green screen up. I never could learn how to work that either. So I just took all of that down. Might give it away to somebody for Christmas. Because I bought it, put it up, and didn't even use it, you might as well say. So I know these youngsters know how to use all that stuff, green screens and stuff. Anyhow, I have enjoyed sitting here and just getting used to doing this. Sitting here looking at some keto recipes. Skillet pizza, that's what I had tonight. It was so good and easy to make. I ate half of it and put the other half in the refrigerator. Well, no, it's in the microwave. I need to go in there and put that in the refrigerator because I'll eat the rest of that tomorrow. And I've got it tomorrow. I'm going to make some, I want to make some a keto chicken Alfredo casserole bake tomorrow. It's a recipe I saw, and I went and got everything that I want to put in there. I got all of my cheeses and everything. So I want to make that tomorrow. I want to make me some keto, the keto garlic cheddar biscuits, and also some keto hamburger buns to have in my refrigerator. Because I got a lot of hamburger patties. I got one of those big size containers, bags where the patties are already made. So I'm going to make the bread so that I'll have the buns available. I've been using the keto white bread, but since I am counting total carbs, each slice of that is like 15 or 16 carbs, but it's only one net carb. So that's kind of how I look at it when I'm eating bread. That bread, I'll say, okay, I'm just getting net carbs. And the rest of it is fiber. But just to know that I am eating something that I don't want to say that is actually no carb, low calorie, it's best to make the bread. I'll also probably make some of the Italian bread, the protein sparing modified fasting bread, and slice that up so that I can have that for sandwiches and everything. Only thing is, you have to really develop a taste for that bread. I did. I have to develop a taste for that, and I'll let my husband taste it and different stuff. He'll say, "Oh, he hasn't developed the taste for that bread and different things like that." But he hasn't developed the taste for some of the foods. Like last week, I made the keto cheesecake. To him, he did not. He does not like the. He can tell that it doesn't have the regular sugar in it, and I think that's only because he knows it doesn't have the regular sugar in it. So I'm going to make him a. I promise to make him a regular cheesecake tomorrow. I went today and bought some spring form pans, about 3 spring form pans, because I told him I'm gonna make me a small one. If I gotta make him one, I gotta make me one too. I'm gonna make me a small keto cheesecake, another one to have in the refrigerator, and then I'll make him one of the regular size. He wants a raspberry cheesecake, so that's what I'll make for him so that he can eat it whenever he wants. I sit here and I watch him eat sweets all the time, and so I said, now I've got to go ahead and make me some sweets and put in the refrigerator, especially since it's this time of year. I was looking, I said, now I have my keto dressing. This year, I am going to be keto all the way for my Thanksgiving dinner, because we've decided we're each going to, as far as the family, have it separately, because everyone is sick right now. They are all sick right now and trying to get well. So me and my husband told him we'll stay at home and we'll do, not going to do a turkey, but I want ham. We want ham, and we do want some turkey, so we'll probably get like a turkey breast, or I like just the turkey drumsticks to do something like that. Thank you, thank you. But that, I've decided that for Thanksgiving I'm going to stay keto. Now, last Thanksgiving, what I did was I baked sweet potato pies and pecan pies for everyone and gave those out. Everyone got a sweet potato pie and a pecan pie. I believe I baked about 24 pies. I gave each family 2 pies each. So each of mine and then my husband's, yeah, about 24 pies at least. But this year, I'm not going to do that this year. I said, I hope that no one is expecting pies this year, because Granny is not going to be cooking pies this year. Now, I am debating on one thing, and that is to make a sweet potato pie, out of real sweet potatoes. Um, I do have some, what is that? Butternut squash. You can use butternut squash, to replace sweet potatoes. I had bought that in there to do that, make a sweet potato replacement pie, making it keto by using the butternut squash. And I may go ahead and try that just to see how it tastes. And I'm gonna have to do it before Thanksgiving, because I don't want to make that on Thanksgiving and I don't like it. But so I'm gonna go ahead and try that to see how it tastes. But you can use the butternut squash to replace your sweet potatoes. So I'm going to try that in a pie. And I found that the best pie crust to make, that's a keto pie crust. I see a lot of people doing it a whole lot of different ways, but the best one that I have made is using the almond flour. And then I will use, because I like to make it like a graham crust. And you can actually make your keto pie crust taste like a graham cracker crust by using almond flour. Put a little bit of coconut flour in there. Chop up, use some pecans in, a little chopper, about a quarter of a cup. You know, I usually use a little bit less sometimes, but a quarter of a cup. Put that in a skillet, and you want to just brown it. Let it brown. Make sure that you're starting to put a little bit of sweetener in there that you want to use. I use like Swerve and different things like that. Put that in there, and put that in the skillet. Make sure that you're stirring it because it's easy to burn, and you don't want it to burn. And then when you take it out, add in your butter, quarter cup or a little bit more butter, and put it in. Just put it, press it in your pan and put it in your oven and let it bake about 10 minutes. And that to me is like the best keto crust that you could make for your pies. So I have I haven't decided all the way on my keto Thanksgiving menu, but just knowing that that's what we're going to do, that makes it a little bit easier as far as shopping. I have already went out and bought things like cream cheese because I have seen some of those things are really scarce at the store. I was out shopping the other day and I did a grocery haul and I showed where, a few of the things were empty, like when I was looking for meats and my egg wraps. Egg wraps, those have been really, really hard to find. Um, so I went to the store and I got a couple of packs of those. Keep shining blessings to you always. Good night. Good night. But I'm going to go ahead and get off of here for the night. If you tuned in, I want to say thank you for joining me. And I will be back with you again another night until I get used to this. This is Keto Granny saying, hey, have a good night and sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Bye-bye.